Hello, you NFL junkie. I'm Stray Cat, and my co-host is Big Dog. Thank you for checking us out, or if you are a return viewer, welcome back to Wacky Totem Spin Sports for another episode of Scorpion Sports Show.
As usual, we would talk about last week's NFL results, this week's spreads, and the Scorpios picks.
A total of 15 games were played last week. As it turned out, it was a favorites week with 9 out of 15 favorites covered.
The 6 underdogs who beat the spreads are Buffalo, Houston, Cleveland, St. Louis, Tampa Bay, Kansas City. The Monday night total score is 44.
Here's a useless fact for you. Except 49ers, every favorite covered the spread from Sunday afternoon to Monday night for last week. For last week, Scorpios got 7 out of 15 picks correct. The Monday night total score prediction was 56, 12 points over the actual 44 points. Of 15 favorites, 13 played at home and 8 of them covered. The surprising upset was Buffalo beat Detroit. 2 other surprises were that Carolina covered over Chicago and New York Giants cover over Atlanta. I don't know about you, but the Scorpios didn't think those 2 teams were strong enough to be favorites. Let's hope the Scorpios can do better than 50% correct picks this week. Well, that's it for last week's results. You can also find a summary of the results, spreads, and picks in the description below. Coming up next is Scorpios review this week's spreads and their picks.
Welcome to Week 6 NFL picks. This is ODB, Dirty Bird. We want to give you our Week 6 picks. But before we start, we want to give a shout out to the New England Patriots cheerleaders who wore number 75 last week in honor of defensive tackle Devin Hill that plays with the Cincinnati Bengals, whose kid is suffering with cancer. Want to give them a shout out. So good job, New England Patriots cheerleaders. Great job. That's a big cause. I'm expecting all of you to buy that number 75 jersey. So let's get down to business. We had a rough week last week. We only had 8 correct picks. So let's get started. It's Indianapolis. 2.5 over Houston. Houston at home. We're taking the Colts, giving 2.5 this week. Next game is Cincinnati and Carolina. Cincinnati is 7.5 favorite over Carolina. This is a toss-up. What do you think, Lena?
I'll take Cincinnati. I'm not really sure about the 7.5 though.
I'm gonna take Cincinnati and the red-headed white boy Andy Dalton.
Again?
Right.
Again.
And the black coach Marvin Barr.
They both failed you last week.
Right. Last week,
right?
Cincinnati got crushed by New England in a conference game. I'm predicting Cincinnati comes back. I'm taking Cincinnati over Carolina, given the 7.5.
I'm with you. Next
game is Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Cleveland is 2.5 over Pittsburgh. Cleveland had the biggest comeback in NFL history, down 25 points last week. Made a hell of a comeback. And I'm going to tell you that it's all luck. I'm not believing the Cleveland theory. I'm not believing the hype, right? I don't care who you drafted number 1. I'm taking Pittsburgh in Cleveland and giving the 2.5. What do you think, Lena?
I agree. I'm taking Pittsburgh too.
New England, Buffalo. Buffalo's home. Buffalo had a hell of a comeback last week too. New England, everybody was down in the Pats, saying that Tom Brady was through. The Pats were finished. 3.5 over Buffalo. I'm taking New England, giving a 3.5 in Buffalo. That's like a home game for them. That's a 25-minute plane ride. I'm taking New England, giving a 3.5 next week.
I agree, even though Buffalo has New England's number, but I agree. I think Tom Brady will do it.
Next game is Green Bay, Miami.
You're making faces.
Green Bay is favorite 3.5 over Miami, with Miami being the home team. Toss-up. Miami is a here, there team. Green Bay's having an up-and-down season, but I got to go with my gut on this one. I'm taking Green Bay, giving a 3.5 on the road against Miami. Tough game, but I'm still taking Green Bay, giving them 3.5. What do you think, Lena?
Yeah, I agree. I think Green Bay has far more experience than Miami does. I think Green Bay will pull it off.
Okay, Tennessee, Jacksonville. Tennessee at home, 6.5 over Jacksonville. Both these teams are competing with the Raiders for the #1 pick. I'm taking Tennessee at home, giving them 6.5 to Jacksonville.
I'm gonna take Jacksonville just like I did last week, and they lost. But I think Jacksonville will do it this time.
Next game, the Colts, Baltimore Colts versus Tampa Bay. You don't know what Tampa Bay team. Lovie Smith's down there. I like Lovie Smith, but hell, Tampa Bay.
How are you taking Colts? Colts are playing
Baltimore. No. Colts are playing. Oh wait. Yeah, Colts are playing Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is.
Colts, Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, the Ravens. I'm sorry, damn.
Back like 30, 50 years.
I'm stuck in the past
Same
here.
difference.
Baltimore, the Ravens, 3.5 over Tampa Bay. We had a Freudian slip. You see what happens when you get old, folks, right? Ravens playing great ball.
Don't blame it on Freud.
Flacco's having a hell of a season. Steve Smith and his resurgence. Tampa Bay, no defensive backs. I'm taking Baltimore, giving 3.5 to Tampa Bay. This is a must-pick game. This is my second pick of the game, pick of the week. I'm taking Baltimore, giving 3.5 against Tampa Bay. The next game is Detroit, 2.5 over Minnesota at home. What do you think, Lena?
I think Minnesota, just because I'm hearing a lot of bad things about Detroit.
Detroit is my NFC sleeper. I told you they're probably the team to beat in the NFC. They don't like close games. I'm taking Detroit in Minnesota and giving them 2.5. If it were a couple months later and cold, I'd be taking Minnesota. I'm taking Detroit and giving the 2.5 in Minnesota. Denver, 8.5 over the New York Jets. The New York Jets may be the worst team in the NFL next to the Oakland Raiders. My team, by the way, the Oakland Raiders. Denver 8.5 over the Jets. I hate the Broncos.
I know.
I can't stand the Broncos.
I can't.
If you look around, everything around here is painted orange and blue.
You're a poor, sad Raider fan. What can I do?
And I can't stand. I don't like Peyton Manning. I don't like Denver. Only thing they have good in Denver is that marijuana is legal, right? So I'm gonna put my neck on the line one more time. Forgive me, Raider fans. I'm taking Denver, giving an 8.5 against the Jets.
Yeah, I'm taking Denver, giving 72 points.
Right. I got Rex Ryan being fired at the end of the season, by the way. Next game is San Diego, 7.5 over Oakland. San Diego may be the best team in football right now. Phillip Rivers is on fire. They look great on Monday night. I got to tell you, I'm going to Sunday night. Excuse me. I got to tell you, Raiders coming off a bye. New coach Tony Soprano. I'm going to take the Raiders in the upset and take the 7.5 and the Raiders. Upset of the week. It's my upset pick of the week.
Oh,
Crucify me if you want. Here I am. But I'm taking the Raiders and giving them 7.5.
Divisional game, and you're taking the Raiders?
We got to win one, baby.
Yeah, but not against
just
the
win one, baby. Just win one.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, no, Chargers. Yeah. Chargers
Let us
for
go
whatever
with
the
the
points
Chargers.
spread is.
Next game, Atlanta and Chicago. Chicago's cost me more money than my first wife, right? this season. Chicago's up and down team. Hell, I don't know what Bear team's gonna show up. I know I got a lot of buddies out there that are Bear fans, and Atlanta's up and down too. But Atlanta's playing at home.
What team's gonna show up there?
This is probably the toughest game of the week to pick. Atlanta 3.5 over Chicago. What do you think, Lena?
I think I'm gonna go with Chicago. I think the little brat will pull it off.
And just to keep it fair, I'm going to go with Atlanta and give the 3.5 on that game. Tough game. That's a pick'em game, folks. Don't blame me. Don't put the farm on. Don't bet the farm on it. Don't bet your house on it. That's a pick'em game. Next game, Seattle over Dallas, 8.5, big point spread. Tony Romo's having a big season. Seattle, damn, Monday night game, Seattle looked great in Washington. Unbelievable how they played. They picked on Richard Sherman last week, Washington did, and they had good results. I'm going to go against my better instincts. And I'm going to do this one time. So all you guys that are Cowboy fans out there, you better hold on to this, right? Because this may be the last time I do this. I'm going to take the Cowboys and the 8.5 this week. I think that's a good, solid pick. 8.5 for a lot of points. Cowboys are playing really great ball.
I agree. I think the Seahawks will win, but I don't think they'll cover the spread.
Where are they playing at?
Playing in Seattle. Noisiest stadium in the world, right?
Yeah. But
Tony Romo can't hear anyway. He's been listening to too much acid rock, you know. So what difference does it make? So,
all right.
Arizona and Washington. Arizona 3.5 over Washington. Washington struggling right now. Kirk Cousins looked great for about 3 quarters last week.
3 minutes of the third quarter.
Right. He, he kept it close against Seattle. Games in Seattle. The game's in Arizona. Washington's traveling from the East Coast to the West Coast. I'm gonna take Washington in an upset. I believe Kirk Cousins is gonna have a breakout game and beat Arizona. I'm not sold on a 3-1 Arizona Cardinals. On a 4-1.
You might have a point there.
I'm not sold on the 4-1 Arizona Cardinals.
You're taking Washington?
I'm taking fight for old DC. I'm taking the Washington. Refuse to name the team. I'm taking the Washington football team against Arizona and the 3.5. Okay, last Sunday game is Philadelphia and the Giants. This is a big divisional game. Philadelphia's 4-1. The Giants have had 3 great games. Last 3 games, the Giants have looked invincible. We picked against the Giants last week. We made a big mistake. This is a toss-up, too. What do you think, Lena?
Philadelphia and Giants? I don't know. I think the Eagles will kick Giants' ass.
Here we go again. You know, my buddy, this is a shout-out to my buddy, the barber. Shout out to my barber. He's a big Giants fan. He got everything in the house, Giants. I hate to pick this game. I'm going to take the Giants in an upset. Take the 3.5 in Philadelphia. I think the Giants are coming together. The offense they're playing is real great right now. I'm going to take Eli Manning and the Giants.
You're
take
saying
3.5.
The Giants' defense will be able to stop McCoy.
I didn't say that. I said I like the Giants in 2.5. I don't think the Philadelphia defense has showed up all season. They've been behind mostly every game. The fourth quarter, Philadelphia's tired, man. These guys. I like the Giants in this game. I'm taking the Giants in 2.5. This might be my worst pick of the week, but I'm going to take the Giants in 2.5. And the last game, Monday night game, San Francisco, St. Louis. Give us your thoughts, Lena.
San Francisco and?
St. Louis.
Oh my
San
God.
Francisco favored by 3.5 over the Rams.
Yeah, San Francisco. Seriously. I don't think the Rams are even playing football, are they?
Oh, they're playing.
I think they're playing high school football.
Oh my God, what a comment, huh? Former FC head coach of the St. Louis Rams. This is an old rivalry, the LA Rams, San Francisco 49ers. Here's my problem. Playing in St. Louis on a Monday night. 3.5 points. I got to go with Kaepernick and 3.5. I got to take San Francisco 3.5.
Yeah, easy. Rams can't stop anybody, can't even score.
And that sums it up for us this week. 8-6 last week. Listen, bet the farm this week. Take the Indianapolis game, no question. Stay away from the Oakland game. Stay away from the Chicago-Atlanta game. And good fortunes to you. And this is not meant for betting purposes at all, right? We're not advocating any gambling at all on our website here. Enjoy the video, folks.
Yes,
good luck to you. Enjoy the games. I hope you win your pool. Monday night total score. My goodness. San Francisco,
46.
St. Louis. I'm going to go 35-14. You know, let's make it 49. 49 sounds like a good game.
I'd say 46. I won't even go that high.
I'm going to go 35-14. Enjoy yourselves. See you week 7, folks.
Well, that's our episode for this week's NFL picks, and we hope that you have enjoyed the show.
Please post your comments below. Thank you.